to 6 Feet in 6. I'm your host, Jeff with Business Interiors. Thank you for joining us today. The purpose of this interview series is for the commercial real estate industry to share ideas and best practices. Joining us today is Lasse Karvinen, Head of Products at Framery Solutions. Lasse, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Can you tell the viewers a little bit about yourself?
Yes, thanks, Jeff. Thanks for the invite. My name is Lasse Karvinen. I'm Head of Products at Framery. I run the product team, which include product development, research, business development, and product management, and after sales as well. So I'm running a team of 64 specialists and engineers, wiser than me, and they are doing an amazing job with our products. I have graduated from University of Tampere, from business school. My major was marketing, but I ended up to sell silence all over the world. So my hobbies are ice hockey. I was supposed to become professional ice hockey player, but this was my second career choice to sell silence all over the world.
Who's a better team, Tampere or Helsinki?
Originally I'm from Eastern Finland, so Kalpa is my hockey team. Sami Kapanen and Kimmo Timonen are from my hockey team.
Personally, how are you managing?
Yes, thanks. I'm doing great. It has been a long year since last March, April when everything started, but it's going well now. In Finland, the situation has been very good all the time, and people are slowly getting back to office. Although we have still recommendation to work remotely, but people are getting tired of that, and maybe half of the people are back to office now. We are social animals, and I'm too. I really want to see people and get energy from other people. So it's nice to be back to office again.
Can you show me what face masks you've been rocking?
Yes, in Finland we use a lot of disposable masks. We have good recycling system here, so it is safer to use them once and then recycle them than use the cotton masks. So in Finland we have good situation that we can use, and we have a good supply for disposable masks.
Lasse, in a new segment on the show, we take a deep dive on our guest LinkedIn accounts and look for posts that need more context. Lasse, you appear to be very active on LinkedIn, but not posting a lot of your own, so I had to find something else. So after some Googling, I found this video of you showing the latest and greatest of Framery at the 2019 Neocon show. Now, your product is one where seeing is believing, and anyone who steps foot into a Framery pod understands why you're the market leader. So how has the shutdowns of the conferences impacted your business?
Yeah, and I have to first say that thank God, Jeff, you didn't find my karaoke video in my LinkedIn account. It would be more awkward. Of course, this has affected our business as well. But we are a global company. We deliver more than 70 countries. So the business is going well every now and then in different continents. And for example, in Japan, we have tripled our sales during the pandemic. But at the same time, have to say that, of course, the whole office furniture business have faced a big decrease in sales when no one is working from office. But in long run, I believe that this will be a good thing for us, because companies start to invest more in their workplaces and invest more in their collaborative spaces. So that's why I believe that this will be a good thing in the long run. In the short run, bad thing, but in the long run, very good thing.
What are some of the new requests you've had from your clients?
Some of our customers who are returning to office or have already returned to office, they have faced a problem with hybrid meetings. When there is 2 to 4 people in the same place and then a couple of remote attendees, they have found out that it's difficult to have good hybrid meeting in traditional conference rooms. And that's why we have developed a new setup for Framery 2Q. It's called 2Q Huddle. And on the other side, there's screen and camera system. And on the other side, there's whiteboard and table in the middle. So all the people in the meeting, no matter if they are remotely or live there, they will see the same things from the screen and from the whiteboard.
That's so smart because we often see people planning meeting rooms and they've never really thought about people working from home or chiming in remotely because it was such a small part of our business and in our activities. And so, yeah, I noticed the design of your new pod is really slick in that, the whiteboard is very purposeful on the other side of the camera. So it's in view of the camera, and everyone on the other side of that camera could actively participate in that whiteboard session where so often we see it off to the side. And so it's like those little changes we're seeing our customers make now because in my opinion, that's going to be the worst meeting out there, right? Where half of us are at home and half of us are in the office. And I haven't seen a ton of technology to make that easier. So I think the design of the space to facilitate that is going to play a big role.
Definitely, definitely. And also we see a lot of development in those video conference devices, and many companies are investing on those. So I recommend to invest in good camera and screen systems. And traditional whiteboards are still, they work much better than the smart ones, but in future, the smart whiteboards will develop further.
I'm envisioning holograms coming out of the ceiling of a Framery pod to show people in there. Do you think is that in the books right now?
Yeah, actually we have had a mock-up of that, but the technology was not there yet, but it might be that in someday.
Can you tell us about some of the projects you're involved in and how they've changed course?
Yeah, in the early phase of the pandemic, we had one customer who had done the planning quite far, and when it was time to place the order, they actually tripled the amount of phone booths because they understood that when people are getting back to office, there will be more of these video meetings. So you have to have triple times more of spaces for one person's. But of course, like there will be lack of all the meeting spaces when we are getting back to office for sure.
One major project you had last year was the launch of the Framery One Pod. A really exciting time as a Framery dealer myself. It's great to see all the improvements. But what can you tell us about the new pod? And we, just so everyone knows, you and I both are sitting in the new Framery One Pod.
Yeah, you're looking good there, Jeff. Yeah, when we started to design this amazing pod, the starting point of the product was that this will be new generation modern phone booth. The amount of traditional phone calls have been going down for many years, and video calls have been going up. And lately, of course, we have seen that they have exploded totally. So that's why we wanted to build a little bit bigger space, little bit bigger table, adjustability for lighting and ventilation and table and seat. So everyone could stay longer periods inside the pod. Then, of course, sound insulation and acoustics are important part of Framery products. We wanted to develop A-class sound insulation, but in addition that it's soundproof, but this pod is also fireproof. It's made of steel, and all the materials are A-class, fire rated, and then we were thinking about environment. That I always say that this pod is so durable that it survives nuclear war, and you can just replace the interior and exterior with the new ones. So the lifetime of the product is longer than any of the products we or anyone else have built earlier.
What can you tell us about some of the new technology that you put into and the connected feature as well?
Yeah, so all Framery One pods are connected to the cloud system called Frameray Connect. We provide usage data and analysis for the facility managers And for example, end users, you can book it from your Google or Microsoft calendar. So the booking system is integrated to pod. All the pods are delivered with the 4G connection. So all the pods will be in connect with our cloud system. And we don't know yet what features we will develop in future, but for sure the product will be better every day, better than it was yesterday.
I'm loving some of the new technology. I mean, even just giving the user control, even preparing for this, you and I were able to adjust our own lighting for each other, right? And get ourselves kind of the most comfortable that we can be. I've adjusted the fan as well, so my temperature is perfect in here. I feel like this was kind of giving that end user control is a big value add to your update.
Yeah, adjustability is a nice, very important thing when you stay longer periods in the pod. And maybe someday we can play tennis together when you are in a Framery One pod.
So Lasse, for the product review section this time, I thought we'd take a look at a new pod that we've seen on the market. So here's a brief commercial first. Hi, this is John Smith from a company you've never heard of before that has great marketing material. I'm really looking forward to showing you our new phone pod, the Silent Zen Room. Have you experienced noise in the office? Does noise distract you? Would you like less noise in your life? Well, Silent Zen Room is perfect for you. Take a look here at our individual pod for use in open plan offices. First things first, space is a problem. Who has space problems? No one likes space problems, so we've made our pod significantly smaller than the rest so we can reduce space problems. Even the height is less than a regular standing height person, so it reduces visibility problems too. Now that's a solution. Next, who likes destroying the environment? I know I don't. The environment is great. I want to protect the environment, so Silent Zen Room uses only organic materials that the Earth has created, such as repurposed trees. If the material is made on Earth, it's organic, and you're probably going to find it in our pod. Now remember earlier when I was asking about noise? Well, guess what? Because we use repurposed trees, and trees have the ability to absorb sound, we use the word silent in the name of our pods. I can't tell you how much sound it stops, if any, but using materials that look soft will give you the impression of a quiet space. Now I think I've demonstrated why our pods are the best. I can't actually verify anything I've just said, and you can't prove it because we don't offer any transparency in our business. Our goal as a company is to use flashy taglines that are currently being used in commercial real estate, offer a very low quality product that we sell for insane profit margins, and hope our clients don't ever experience a better performing pod and assume this is as good as it gets. That is our promise to you. So Lasse, what do you think of your new competition?
Yeah, it sounds quite familiar and sounds like many of other competitors as well. So I think that I have heard same sales pitch earlier.
Yeah, I feel it's something I hear often. There's over 80 pods now on the market or something ridiculous like that. And I find the marketing materials seems to be very similar across the board. But when you actually get into these pods and experience them, you realize that it's very different across the board. So what are your thoughts just about transparency in our industry and kind of making some of these claims that are out there, and not just pods in general, but the furniture world?
Yeah, of course. When we talk about this kind of new product, there's no standardization, and we have started to build that standardization together with local authorities. And for example, sound insulation is something that everyone has been lying. Who has set the highest number might win the case. That's why we develop new ISO standard, how to measure sound insulation of phone booth type of product. And hopefully our competitors will test their own products as well according to this new standard. About the transparency, totally environment, sustainability are the top priority for Framery. And we hope that it would be same for other companies too. I always say that this new Framery One will survive from nuclear war. So we believe that when you build the pod from the materials that are durable, and the life cycle of the product is longer, and the carbon footprint will be lower when you don't waste your furniture after 2 years of usage.
I love that you guys are doing the ISO certification, because third-party verification is what transparency is, right? Without that, you're just making claims as an organization, and it's tough to back them up. We've made a lot of great strides in sustainability over the years with transparency tools, but I feel like performance is something that is really hard to measure, and something like an STC rating in a pod should be very simple and should be something that all companies actively provide that data, and you'd be amazed at how many pods it's hard to get that information from.
Yeah, and it is it has been almost impossible to get the data, and every company just gives one number that, okay, it is this or that, and it's based on nothing. But hopefully in future, all the phone booth manufacturers will test their pods according to the new ISO standard.
Do you find with so much competition in your segment that over time, or especially during a bit of a dip in the economy, that maybe some of these will be acquired or disappear?
For sure, we have got a lot of new competitors during last 3 years, and if you sell crappy products, you can sell it once, but our experience in the beginning when we started this whole business 11 years ago was that if the pod was not good enough, the clients didn't come back, they didn't buy it again, and that's why we focused on the best product and developed that even further. So this is something that will happen for sure. Clients might test it once, but they are not coming back.
So Lasse, is there anything else you want the Six to know about you or Framery?
Yeah, it's as you might know, we Finnish people, we are crazy about ice hockey, and I hope that someday, hopefully soon, I will get an opportunity to come to Canada and Toronto and meet you guys live and go to see some Maple Leafs ice hockey match. That's it. Thanks, Jeff, for the invite. It has been a great pleasure to be here and introduce our products to the world with you. Thank you, and stay safe and good.
Well, Lasse, thank you for sharing with the Six about you and Framery products. We're really looking forward to hosting you in Toronto when we can. Toronto, you're the best city in the world, and we can't wait for you to feel better.
Meet Framery One, our first connected soundproof pod. Once you step inside, you don't have to worry about private conversations being overheard or disturbing coworkers, thanks to the pod's impressive sound insulation. Integrate with your calendar system to book a slot easily. Or if the pod is free, simply step inside and it will be reserved automatically. Meanwhile, the occupancy light lets people outside know whether the pod is free to use or not. Framery One's controls are just a swipe away. You can manage the booth through its high-res touchscreen. And then there is Framery Connect, a digital management system which shows usage data, sends automatic maintenance notifications, and provides direct access to Framery with lightning-fast maintenance service. Framery One adapts to suit you. Both the seat and table are easy to adjust, or opt for a standing desk if you prefer. High-quality air will keep you feeling fresh and focused, thanks to the pod's impressive ventilation. Framery One comes in many colors, so you can adapt it inside and out to suit your style and company colors. Your safety is of utmost importance, which is why we use steel as our core material, ensuring the structure is fireproof. Sustainability is also key. In fact, 95% of the material used in the highly durable pod can be recycled. Soundproof like Framery. Future-proof like no other. Framery One.